I should be live here. Let's see. Yes, I am. Looking good. Just gonna wait for some people to come on in. Hello, Amanda. How are you tonight? I'm pretty sure that my microphone is on. Hopefully y'all can hear me. Let me just make sure. Yeah, microphone is on, desktop audio's off, so we're good to go. Oh, I'm doing good, thank you. Okay, looks like we have some viewers in here, so let's get this started. Tonight is going to be an introduction to another version of APBA Baseball that I find enjoyable. And, you know, the APBA Baseball for Windows game does not really show you very much of what goes behind the scenes or what goes behind the engine of what APBA Baseball is. So APBA Go is going to be a good introduction into what APBA Baseball is all about. And on APBA Go, you can play basically an online version of the APBA Baseball board game. Well, you can create a free account and you get 2 free teams. However, you can also pay a $20 a month subscription, and this will unlock everything for you, including practically all of the history of baseball. As you can see, I have subscribed already. You get all these seasons in there, including some great teams, all-time great teams, and then something called Bats, which is the best players that played for one of the 16 or 30 franchises from 1894 through 1960, or from 1961 forward to the present. So you really get a lot, and then you also have access to custom teams where you can create teams and name them whatever you want, and then populate those teams with players from any season that you own. If you don't want to subscribe to the $20 a month, you can purchase seasons or teams at $20 a piece and play with those all you want. But the other thing you get with the subscription is something called collections, which is basically APBA Go's way of compiling stats. And basically keeping a track of standings amongst teams and all that. Unfortunately, it does not have divisions in it. That's something I hope they will someday have. I think that'd be enjoyable. Yeah, this is pretty cool. I mean, it's not Ernie Harwell doing the games, but it also will give you a good idea of how APBA Baseball at its core works. Now, the only difference between Baseball for Windows and APBA Go is APBA Go runs under the APBA Baseball basic rules, and the Baseball for Windows game uses the master game rules, which is slightly different. I wish I had Beatles in here because I think he could explain this a little bit better. Beatles or Ken Castro or somebody, I wish they were in here that might be able to explain the difference a little bit better in chat as to the difference between basic and master. Yeah. But you're going to get a look tonight at what APBA Go, or what APBA Baseball is really about at its core, because I'm going to show off a game of APBA Go Baseball. There's tutorials, and then there's a store where you can subscribe or buy teams and seasons. But we're going to go to play right now. And I'm going to click play ball. And here's another nice things. Here's another nice thing about APBA Go is you have several options of how you want to play. You can play a micromanager, which is basically a computer-controlled team. You can play in solitaire mode, which is managing both teams. You can also challenge another player online if you have their username. You can submit an open challenge and anybody online can accept it. Or you can compete in tournaments, which I have not done yet, so I don't know exactly how those work. And one thing I forgot to do here, but in preparation for this game, is open up this, and I'll get to what we're doing, what I'm opening up here in a second. Just put it over here for now. But for right now, what we are going to do is we are just going to do a solitaire mode game. We're going to manage against ourselves. And I'm going to select as the home team. Gonna scroll all the way down. I wish the selection was such that we could select the season and then select the team. I wish they would kind of fix that. But we're gonna do Texas 2018. And then Chicago Cubs 2018 as kind of a preview game for opening day for the Rangers. Let's see. Hi Ken Castro, how are you doing tonight? So yeah. So we are going to do that, and we are going to set designated hitter to DH because we are playing in American League ballpark. We are going to have step play be on because we are going to show roll results on players' cards because I want to demonstrate exactly how APBA Baseball works. Optional pitching rule. I am not familiar with what this is, so I'm turning it off. And we will be manually rolling dice. And then we hit play ball. Hello Glenn, how are you tonight? Yeah, APBA Go is really great. And I wanted to show this because I had a couple people interested in how APBA Baseball works, so I think this is the best way to do it. So, the first thing we are going to do is we are going to select the starting pitcher for the Rangers. And who should we pick here? We're going to pick Bartolo Colon. we click next. And then we're going to pick the starting pitcher for the Chicago Cubs. And that's going to be John Lester. The next thing we do Ken Castro, no, the game is teams are not like $3. I think they're like $20 each, if I remember correctly. Of course, it doesn't show it for me because I'm subscribed to the whole thing. So, but now we're on the lineup selection for the Texas Rangers, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to load a pre-selected lineup called the default lineup, and it will automatically populate the lineup for me. And we click next. And do the same for the Cubs. And load lineup. And we're ready to go. We click next. And here we are. So this is the game screen for APBA Go. Okay, well, I don't know if there's a sale or something or not, but yeah. But anyway, this is the game screen for APBA Go, and we are about to start a game now. The piece of software I have in the bottom left-hand corner now, that I just moved in the bottom left-hand corner, is a free software called Ball Roller, and all it is a dice rolling mechanism, which we will be using for this game. Now, if you look at the leadoff batter, which is Jason Hayward's card, you will see that he has 3 columns of numbers of sorts, and the black numbers range from 1-1 to 6-6 with no zeros. The reason for this is because when we roll the dice, we match whatever we roll to those black numbers. So say, let's do a sample roll right here. We roll the dice, and it's a 5-6. So we would look at 5-6 and see that the result number is a 24. Now APBA works with a chart system called boards, and there is a board for every single base situation in baseball. Base is empty, runner on first, runner on second, runner on third, runners on first and second, runners on second and third, base is loaded. There is a runners on first and third as well. And there is a something I want to make bigger here. 2. There we go. Yeah. There's basically a board for every single base situation that can possibly be in baseball. And so, in this case, it would be result number 24 on the bases empty board. So that is how that works. And if you play the board game, it really goes by quickly, especially once you learn the boards and learn the result numbers, because then you have it memorized, and a game can take like 30 minutes, if that. So, but the game is going to help us here. We don't have to look at the boards. We don't have to look at the charts. Hello, Beatles Eternally. How are you doing tonight? So yeah, a game really can take like 30 minutes. It can go very quick. But the game is going to help us here because we won't have to look at boards. So let's get it going here. let's get it started. So we click this baseball over here on the right, and we are ready to enter in our dice roll results. So Jason Hayward will lead it off. So we roll the dice, and we roll a 4-5. So we input 4-5 into the box and click on the baseball bat. And it comes up with a 14 on Jason Hayward's card. Jason Hayward walks and takes first. So Hayward reaches at first, and there's nobody out. So if we were playing the board game now, we would be looking at the runner on first boards for the next player, which is Ben Zobrist. So here we go again. We roll the dice, and it's a 3-4. And a 3-4 is a 31 on Ben Zobrist's card, and he flies out to Nomar Mazara, one away. So it's really as simple as that. So here's the next hitter, Javier Baez. And he rolls a 6-6. Now the thing about APBA is you can always tell that two certain dice roll situations are always going to mean trouble for the pitcher. 1-1 and 6-6. 6-6 is always a 1. In his case, it's a 1 on Javier Baez's card, and he hits a home run over the left field fence, and so it's 2-0 Cubs. So 2-0 Cubs, and Anthony Rizzo is the next hitter. And it is a 6-2. So we enter in 6-2. And it is a strikeout. It's a 13, so it's a strikeout, and there's 2 outs. Chris Bryant is the hitter. A 5-1. And that is going to be a 9. So he singles over short. So he's on with 2 outs. And Schwarber is the hitter. He rolls a 4-5. And that's 2 balls. That's a result of 2 balls. So he's still at bat. And we re-roll. And it's a 2-2. A 2-2 is going to be an 8 on Schwarber's card, and it's a single, so there's runners on the corners. William Contreras rolls a 4-3. Which is a 29, and he's out at first, and that is the inning. So the Cubs score 2, and they lead 2-0. So that is how that works. So we go to the bottom of the first, and now the Rangers would bat here, and Delino DeShields will lead it off. And there is a 6-4. A 6-4 is going to be a strikeout. So there's 1 out. Chirinos is the hitter now. And that will be a 6-6, so that's going to be trouble for the pitcher. And that is a home run, and so it's 2-1 Cubs. Shin-Soo Choo is a 6-5. And that is a ground out to Anthony Rizzo, so there's 2 outs. Joey Gallo rolls a 4-1. And he strikes out, and so that is the end of the first inning. So very quickly, 1 inning down. So this is a look at how APBA awards. I am not sure if I'm going to play out the entire game, but live here. But I definitely want to show you all how APBA works. So, is there any questions so far from anybody? Why is the game at Great American? Because that is what the website has, and that is what is default completely. There is no way to put ballparks into this game. I don't understand why they don't have ballpark images for teams. That's something I don't get. I mean, I could ask them on the forums, but I'm not quite sure. Anybody else have any questions so far? Yeah, the game itself is free. You know, creating an account is free, but even when you subscribe for $20 a month, it's still the same ballpark regardless of what teams you play and what season you play it in. So it's going to be Great American Ballpark every single time. I don't understand that either. Anything else from anybody right now? I mean, I know this is a lot to cover here, but I mean, I don't have a subscription and play individual teams. Yeah, if you don't want to subscribe, you can get individual teams, purchase individual teams, and, you know, play all you want with those teams, or you can play seasons. You can also purchase seasons if you don't want to purchase individual teams as well. Okay, we'll roll it on. So we're going to do as much of this as we can until we drop here. I'm still a little on the tired side from work. I've had work last night and today, so that's why you haven't seen me stream last night. And then Sunday night we had thunderstorms in the area, so okay. Addison Russell will lead it off for the Cubs in the top of the second. And that's a 3-2. And he grounds out Odor to Guzman, and there's one out. Almora, the hitter, he rolls a 2-3. And he grounds out Beltre to Guzman, 2 away. Hayward, now the hitter, a 3-6. And he pops out to Odor, and it's a 1-2-3 top of the second, so the Rangers will come to bat. Yeah, $20 for a season is not bad, yeah. I mean, if you want to definitely have some teams to play with right away, it's worth it, but you pay the subscription $20 a month, you get all baseball history for $20 a month, and that is a real good deal as well. Now, one thing I want to make clear here is that you don't have to manually enter your own dice. That is just a play option that is there. If you choose not to, the game will roll its own dice and present the play results. Bottom of the second, Beltre will lead it off. A 4-4. And he flies out to Schwarber, 1 away. Here's Mazzara, 4-6. And he strikes out, 2 away. Odor with a 2-3. That 2-3 is going to be a 12, and that's going to be a ground out. Bryant to Rizzo. And it's a 1-2-3 bottom of the second, so the Cubs still lead 2-1. Yeah, using your own dice rolls, and like I said, if you're going to do that, you can use physical dice, but I recommend Ball Roller. It's a free piece of software, and you can set it up for APBA very easily. So top of the third, and Zobrist will lead it off. And here's a 5-4. And he flies out to Joey Gallo, 1 away. Baez, a 1-5. And he singles to left, so he reaches. Rizzo, the hitter, now, a 5-2. And that's a stolen base. And now, here's one of the quirks about APBA Baseball in general, is that as a manager, you do not call your own base steals. That is done for you. It is a quirk of the game. There are other games built off of the APBA Baseball system that have improved upon this. One being National Pastime 3 and National Pastime Next Generation Plus. National Pastime Next Generation Plus you will not find me playing, more than likely, unless I show off the board reader, which I could do, but you will not find me playing the physical cards and dice version of that, as it requires downloading PDFs, printing them out, and cutting out the cards, which would take ages. So Anthony Rizzo is still at bat. And that's a 5-3. And he grounds out. Baez moves to third. There's 2 away. For Chris Bryant. 6-4. And he pops out to end the innings, so the Cubs cannot score. Yeah, Ball Roller is great, isn't it, Ken? So, I'm going to play just a couple more innings because, yeah, I'm kind of beat tonight, and I wanted to get something going for y'all because I know I hadn't done anything for a couple nights. and I thought this would be an excellent thing to show off. But yeah, I don't think we're going to get through an entire game tonight, but I will play through a couple more half innings for you all. And then we will call it a stream. So the Rangers will bat. And here's Elvis Andrews to lead things off. And that's a 2-2. And he singles to right. Here's Guzman now, the hitter. And that's a 6-4. Guzman strikes out, one away. For Delino to Shields. A 4-6. And that is a strikeout, 2 away. Chirinos, the hitter, a 2-1. And he strikes out, so they technically strike out the side. And that's the end of the third inning. Still 2-1 Cubs. So, top of the fourth here. I'll play a couple more half innings and then we'll just call it a stream at that. So Schwarber leads it off. And he rolls a 6-6. That's nothing but trouble. And that's a home run. The Cubs lead 3-1. And now Contreras, the hitter. A 4-1. A 4-1. And he grounds out. So there's one out in the top of the fourth. Russell is the hitter, a 1-5. And he singles to left center. So a 1-out single there. Okay, and here comes Amora. And he rolls a 1-6. And he grounds out 2 away, Russell the second. Hayward bats a 6-1. And he flies out to right field to end the inning. We go to the bottom of the fourth. The Cubs lead the Rangers 3-1. Shin-Soo Choo will be the leadoff hitter. He rolls a 3-1, not a 3-2, a 3-1. And he walks. Joey Gallo rolls a 5-4. And I think, since this is going to be the last half inning here, I will just show what else you can do with this. You can bunt. You can elect to bunt here. So let's say we've decided to bunt on a 5-4. The bunt is successful. Chu is safely at second. And there's one out for Beltre. And there's a 1-4 on Beltre. And he flies out to Albert Amora, 2 away. Bringing up Nomar Mazara. And he rolls a 6-6. And that's nothing but trouble. That ball is gone. The game is tied at 3. So the Rangers tie it up here for Rougned Odor, who rolls a 3-2. And that is a ground out to end the inning. So, I think we'll leave it there and let this game be a 3-3 tie. How about that? I just kind of wanted to show what APBA Go was. In the future, I will play a full game on here. But tonight, I I just wanted to present it, show people what APBA is, and give them a good idea of what goes on in the background on APBA Baseball for Windows for the most part. So yeah. Is there any questions that anybody has about how APBA Go works? Anything that you maybe want to mention? Some of you like Beatles or Ken? Is there anything that I missed that you would like to mention? Yeah, okay. First of all, Amanda, you are now a moderator on here. And, yeah, I think APBA Go is a good alternative for taking a break from cards and dice for a while. Yeah, it is. It's cards and dice on the computer screen, which is, I think, really great. So, it's an easy way to sit there and play APBA as much as you want, as long as you have, like a subscription or have teams to play with. Again, you can get pretty much any season in baseball. You can get great teams. You can get something called bats teams as well. You're welcome, Amanda. And it's really a lot of fun, and you can play with people online. You can play with your friends online, with your family, whoever you want, And you can also play a computer micromanager, or you can just play against yourself, like I showed off here tonight. So, I think that's going to do it here for tonight. I hope you all enjoyed. I'll be back again tomorrow night with something. Thursday, I hopefully will be able to do something at night. And then Friday night as well. Saturday night, it looks like I will be at work, so I will not be streaming something. I may prepare an upload of some sort. Not quite sure yet. So yeah, again, I hope you all enjoyed tonight's demonstration of APBA Go Baseball. Be sure to smash that like button down below. If you find you have any other questions about APBA Go, feel free to leave them in the comments. And if you haven't already, subscribed. And be sure to hit the little bell so that you'll get notified anytime I go live or post a video. And until next time, this is Robbie saying good night, everybody. Hope you have a great night.